The idea that Muslims in Kenya are very rich is a broad generalization and doesn't apply to all individuals or communities. However, if you're noticing a trend where certain Kenyan Muslims seem to be economically well off, there are several historical, cultural, and economic factors that might contribute to that perception. 1. Coastal trade history. Many Kenyan Muslims live along the coast in places like Mombasa, Lamu, and Malindi, where Islam was introduced through Arab traders as early as the 8th century. These communities were historically engaged in trade and commerce, especially in spices, ivory, and other goods. Maritime trade, with strong commercial ties across the Indian Ocean, e.g., Oman, India, and Persia. This legacy has contributed to generational wealth in some families. 2. Strong business culture. Islam emphasizes trade and entrepreneurship. Prophet Muhammad himself was a merchant, and many Muslims regard business as a noble and religiously encouraged pursuit. In Kenya, many Muslim communities are known for owning small and medium-sized businesses, engaging in import-export businesses, investing in real estate and transport. 3. Financial practices, e.g., Islamic finance. Islamic finance avoids interest and promotes risk-sharing and ethical investing. In Kenya, Islamic banks and financial products have grown, supporting more inclusive economic participation for Muslims and helping them build wealth. 4. Community solidarity and charity. Zakat. Muslim communities often emphasize zakat, obligatory almsgiving, which redistributes wealth. Waqf endowments, supporting education and social services. Tight-knit business networks, which can help in job referrals, investment pooling, and access to capital. 5. Diaspora connections. Some Kenyan Muslims have family or business ties abroad, Middle East, Europe, North America, which can lead to remittances, foreign investment in family businesses, access to global markets. 6. Education and professional advancement. While this varies by region, some Muslim communities in urban areas prioritize education, particularly in business, medicine, and law fields that can lead to financial success. A lot of people think that Muslims in Kenya are very rich. Why is that? Well, the truth is it is not entirely accurate to label an entire group of people as rich or poor based on their religion. Kenya has its fair share of wealthy and impoverished individuals across all faiths. But if you're noticing a trend where certain Kenyan Muslims seem to be doing quite well economically, there are several historical, cultural, and economic factors that might contribute to that. Let's explore some of these factors. First, we need to consider their history as traders. Many Kenyan Muslims live along the coast in places like Mombasa, Lamu, and Malindi, where Islam was introduced through Arab traders as early as the 8th century. These communities were historically engaged in trade and commerce, particularly in valuable goods like spices, ivory, and other products. They had strong commercial ties across the Indian Ocean with regions like Oman, India, and Persia. This legacy of trade and maritime enterprise has contributed to generational wealth in some families, shaping their socio-economic landscape. Another factor to consider is their strong business culture. Islam encourages trade and entrepreneurship. Prophet Muhammad himself was a merchant, and many Muslims regard business as a noble and religiously encouraged pursuit. In Kenya, many Muslim communities are known for their strong work ethic and enterprise. They often own and operate small and medium-sized businesses, import-export businesses, and they invest in real estate and transport. This entrepreneurial spirit has played a significant role in their economic advancement. Next, let's talk about their financial practices. Islamic finance operates on the principles of Sharia law, which avoids interest and promotes ethical investing, risk-sharing, and social responsibility. In Kenya, Islamic banks and financial products have grown in popularity, providing Muslims with more inclusive economic participation and opportunities to build wealth. While this factor alone doesn't make individuals rich, it does provide a framework for responsible and sustainable financial practices. Don't forget community solidarity and charity. Muslim communities often place a strong emphasis on zakat, which is the obligatory almsgiving to redistribute wealth, as well as waqf, which are charitable endowments for education and social services. The concept of zakat ensures that a portion of one's wealth is regularly given to those in need, promoting both personal piety and social responsibility. Additionally, tight-knit business networks and social solidarity can help with job referrals, investment pooling, and access to capital, all of which contribute to economic advancement within the community. Now let's discuss their connections to the diaspora. Many Kenyan Muslims have family or business ties to the Middle East, Europe, and North America. This connection often leads to remittances, which are funds sent back home by members of the diaspora. These remittances can provide a significant source of income for individuals and families, contributing to their financial stability and even wealth. Additionally, the diaspora can also channel foreign investment into family businesses or community projects, further boosting the local economy. Moreover, these connections open up access to global markets, allowing Kenyan Muslim businesses to expand their reach beyond local borders. Finally, let's touch upon education and professional advancement. While access to quality education varies across Kenya in general, Muslim communities in urban areas often prioritize education, particularly in business, medicine, and law. These fields tend to offer high earning potential and career opportunities that can contribute to an individual's financial success. It is important to note that this factor can vary widely depending on location and access to educational resources. In conclusion, while it may seem like Muslims in Kenya are very rich, it's not entirely accurate to generalize an entire religious group as such. There are various factors that contribute to the perception of wealth. Within certain Muslim